Hit injuries first. Torian had surgery this morning. I have not gotten a report yet, but you know, like you said, he's probably out for the year. Well, he is out for the regular season for sure. Jordan James wasn't out here. He's better, but I'd say he's, you know, like I said the other night, he's doubtful. I wouldn't rule him out yet, but you know, he's making progress. I think we just have to be smart with that. Ellis wasn't out here today. Ellis, late in the game, got hit in the head. He's a lot better, but he's not asymptomatic yet. So you know how I feel about head injuries, and we're just going to be really safe with that. And we'll miss him because he's playing very well for us at left hand, and but someone will have to go in there and play for him if he doesn't play. You know, we're going to err on the side of caution always with head injuries. Other than that, you know, besides the guys that have been out for a while, we're in pretty good shape. So it's a good practice this morning. It was good to get out here yesterday and get a little bit bonus practice, although yesterday was just kind of cleaning up the Utah game. But it gave us a chance to get on the field, so there was a little bit, we started a little bit faster today, which I thought was good, and their focus was excellent. They understand the ramifications of this game. They understand what happened last year up there. And I think they're excited to go out and play in front of what it looks like could be, you know, pretty much close to full house. You know, so it'll be fun to be in that environment on 7:30 on a Saturday night in the Rose Bowl. That's a great place to be. You know, so we're excited about the game.
With Ellis out, how does that affect how you like to rotate the linemen in?
Well, he's not out yet. You know, I mean, if he's out here practicing tomorrow and he's cleared, he's got to be cleared. And if he's clear, then we're playing. But if he doesn't play, you know, Eddie will get more snaps and Kylie will get more snaps. You know, because there are other ends. Because Ellis has been starting at left end. Eddie's been backing him up. Kylie only played one snap last week, really because we were playing a lot of nickel defense. You know, but we can put Kylie in there. You know, it doesn't affect it that much. It really gives Kylie a chance, I think, to get a few more snaps, which is a good thing. Kylie's a good football player.
How do you see Brandon Willis factoring into the team?
Well, you probably noticed today that Brandon was wearing a blue jersey. The blue jersey is an offensive jersey. So we think that he's a guy that loves to play football, and he hasn't been getting a lot of snaps on defense. And with Torian going down and some of the movement we've got along the offensive line, some of the depth problems, it was his idea to go over there and give it a shot. He could be a two-way player for us. You know, he could get snaps on both sides of the ball. His snaps on defense would be, you know, real game snaps. His snaps on offense right now would be, you know, if emergency snaps or late in the game snaps, just to get him some work. So right now he's our Iron Man. He's our two-way player.
At guard, center?
Guard. Yeah. He's very athletic. He's done it before. He's got long arms. And he wants to play. It's just a great indicator of the attitude of this team. I mean, the kid wants to help the team. I mean, because really, who wants to be an offensive lineman? You know, and he wants to be an offensive lineman. So,
can we bring Jake Brindle over to
yeah, I know. Please don't let Jake know that I said that, or Max, or any of those guys. I'm kidding, of course.
Given Cal's secondary situation, do you feel like they need to go after Brett a little bit more? Now that you guys haven't been around, right?
I think that's always a possibility. I think it's always something you have to be prepared for. You know, I think when you're playing with a banged up secondary, and I was a secondary coach forever, you really kind of take two philosophies. You're either going to just bring it all the time and make them throw it fast, or you're going to sit and cover two and help your corner. It's never that simple when you get to the game, but I think we'll be able to decipher pretty quickly what their philosophy is. You know, but I don't know what it'll be. We have to be prepared for either.
Miles is something like second in the Pac-12 in passes defended. Is he almost more of a safety playing linebacker at this point with his cover skills?
No, I don't know what he is.
Have you seen a linebacker that can cover, like, similar to that?
Oh, I've seen a lot. Yeah, I've been coaching the NFL.
Wow.
You know? So yeah, I've seen a whole bunch that can cover just like him. A whole bunch. I haven't seen an 18-year-old that can do that.
So he's ready for the NFL, is what you're saying?
Not yet, but he will be before too long. About 4 years from now, actually. He has some rare gifts. He really does. for a man that big to be able to move as quickly and compactly as he does and put his foot in the ground and change direction with as much power and burst as he demonstrates, it's pretty rare. And then what I think really sets him apart even more is his ball skills. You know, he can catch the ball. And you see it out here every day. He makes amazing catches. You know, and the ball he caught Thursday night was behind him, and he adjusted like it was nothing. You know, of course I saw that when he was a 12-year-old. So no, I'm kidding. I started watching him when he was 12, so I've seen Miles, you know, grow up. He just keeps getting better every time you watch him.
Is it just a kind of unique combination you look for when you have Miles with his cover skills, and then on the other side you have, you know, Anthony Barr with his pass rushing skills? Is that kind of the perfect complement?
I think it is, and then Eric Kendricks too. You know, Eric can cover, and Eric's got good hands as well. You know, he made that really nice interception the other night. It's just, we've got a really good linebacking core. We've got a really good front seven. You know, and the way our secondary is playing, you know, I'd say our defense is pretty good right now. I mean, we haven't given up a lot of points this year, and that's the name of the game. I like the way we're playing right now on defense. And I really do. I like the front. I like those guys. They're stout up there, and we're playing a lot of nickel right now because of the teams that we're playing against. But when we get in our Okie package, we're pretty stout.
I know a couple of your players were asked about this yesterday, but do you think it's tough for the team to not kind of jump ahead and start thinking about the Stanford and the work that's coming up?
Because Cal beat us 43-17 last year. They kicked our tails all over that field. That was players, coaches, that was everybody that went up there. So we are directly focused on the Cal Berkeley Bears. That's it. I mean, that's it. That's it. It's got to be it. 43-17, they whooped us. Every which way you can whoop us. So if anyone's looking ahead, I mean, no one in this building is. If they are, then they've disguised it pretty well.
Knowing what happened last year, looking back on that week, is there anything you can point to that maybe would have given you a hint that
Absolutely.
that would happen?
Yeah, it started with me. You know, my job is to keep the team focused no matter what the situation is. And I did a poor job last year, in my opinion, of keeping this team focused on the task at hand. And I felt it on Friday night up there, and I started to feel it on Saturday, and it was too late. And I won't let that happen again. It was a really hard lesson to learn, but it was a great lesson to learn as well. So college football is different than the pros. You know, you can't slip up one time. You know, with 32 teams in 16 games, no one goes undefeated. There are not many teams do. What, two have? Right, New England and the Dolphins.
Yep.
College football, every game is more meaningful. They're all so damn meaningful. You can't ever get off track, ever. And I let us get off track last year in that game. I've told you guys that a lot of times. You know, we screwed it up.
We've never disagreed.
I know.
Were you just looking forward last year to the games after?
I don't know. I mean, I just know that we weren't focused the way we're supposed to be focused, and that's my job and my fault.
Despite a really great start to the season so far, this team is one of the highest penalized teams in the country. How are you working on cutting down on some of those penalties with your guys?
That's a great question. We brought officials out today for the first time since I've been here in the regular season. You know, we've used them intermittently during camp and during spring ball, but we're going to start having them out here on Tuesdays and Wednesdays through the year. I think their presence alone will help. I think that they'll see things that we maybe miss as coaches, even on film, you know, because we're pretty particular about those things. We continue to stress it and emphasize it in meetings. We continue to look at them and try to figure out why. We continue to try to impress on the players the impact that they have, not only on that play, but plays that we follow in the game. I think a real good step for us today was bringing officials out here to practice, which was the first time we've done it.
Is there anything you can pinpoint as to why this team has struggled so much with penalties?
I think there's a number of things, but they all sound like excuses, you know, and I don't want to make excuses because we just can't have it. We're young, we play aggressively, but like I said, you know, that's not the reason for all of them. Sometimes it's a lapse in concentration, which just isn't acceptable. So sometimes that's youth, you know, young guys have lapses in concentration. It's up to us to make sure that that doesn't happen. And we're working hard at it, we really are, and I think we'll make progress.
How does it feel to know that your team is undefeated heading into your Pac-12 home opener, and like you said, having so many young guys playing such big roles on this team so far. How does that make you feel?
You know what? I don't really analyze the season like that, quite frankly. I mean, for me to stay the way I want to stay, I just have to look at it as a week-to-week proposition, just 1 week at a time, and that's Cal, and that's it. I don't look back too often. I don't look forward too often. I try to just stay present. But I'd rather be 4-0 than 3-1, 2-2, 1-3, or 0-4. I can tell you that.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right.
Thanks.